A very good morning to you, Kenyan citizens. Welcome, and this is the Current Affairs segment. Your trusted source for the latest news, insightful discussions, and impactful stories shaping our nation and beyond. I'm Angela Kabete, and together with Mr. Kimotho, we'll dive into the latest headlines and uncover the truth behind the news and what has been happening that is in our country and beyond. So make sure that you stay tuned as we break it down right here, right now. Mr. Kimotho.
Yes.
A very good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Salimia watazamaji.
Nataka kuwasalimia na pia kuwashukuru kwa vile wanajumuika pamoja na sisi, and also to welcome them to the show. Karibuni sana.
Yeah, they can also interact with us kwa social media, watuambia na tutazama wakiwa wapi. We're so glad to hear from them.
Yeah.
And before we dive into what has been happening, it is always our norm to give you that is the verse of the day, an encouragement for you as a viewer. And today's verse comes from, that is Proverbs 19:2, and this is what it says. Desire without knowledge is not good. How much more will hasty feet miss the way? Kwa hivyo hapa kwanza kwa kusema desire without knowledge is not good. Having strong ambitions or good intentions is valuable, but without proper knowledge or planning, it can lead to poor decisions as a person, as an individual, as an entrepreneur, as a person who is learning in school, as a teacher. You need knowledge in each and every decision that we make, even we as Christians. And then there's a question Melissa hapo kwenye nauliza, how much more will hasty feet miss the way? Hasty feet, it means that when you act too quickly without reflection or direction, you will not track kwenye unaenda. Kwa hivyo, you as a person, make sure that you think before you act. Seek wisdom from those who have gone ahead of you, from the mentors, from the spiritual leaders, so that you can make right decisions as a Christian as well. Just let me give an example, Mr. Kimotho. You ni kama mwanabiashara, atake kwanza biashara, that is a desire, right?
Yeah.
And then on that process, hata take time. Let's say, for example, this person doesn't take time to learn how it works. That's how the aspect your knowledge inaingia. Then recklessly, this person decide to invest in that business. Hapo ndio Biblia inasema hasty feet, without taking your time. It means that ata make loss na kuna profit yenye ata make.
Yes.
So you need to think as Christians, you need this knowledge and wisdom as well. What's your take on this?
Yeah, and also the other thing is that knowledge is gained through different ways.
Yeah, I agree.
There is that knowledge that you gain through reading, which unfortunately in our nation so many people inapiga chenga sana.
Yeah.
There is that knowledge you gain through experience. There is that knowledge you gain through hearing what others have gone through, those who have gone, before you, and also, the desire, unajua sasa this aspect inaingilia na mambo mengine mengi sana. Even as a Christian, if you have that desire to do something and you don't seek the right knowledge that is needed, you're still going to find yourself being misguided. That's what tunaona wengine maybe wanaingilia into other misinformation ambao wako nayo, all this, kwa maneno yao. Pia in any other sector, even in business wise, even in life aspect, sometimes that I remember, that is wakati kwa tunachagua, that is the subject, wakati kwa pale shuleni, kama hungepata the knowledge ambayo inatakikana kujua after hii itanisaidia nini ama nitafanya nini ama ni reference gani ambayo nitafanya, unakuta ya kwamba inakuaffect maishani mwako kwa sababu kuna kitu fulani haukuweza kusik pale. Even the same thing, even when it comes also even in politics, we have the desire to do the changes that people want, but what knowledge are you seeking? What is that thing that needs to be done that you're not following, or you're not trying now to seek our investigation to understand it? So this word is very good, and actually Proverb is full of so many wisdom, and I think if we follow that itakuwa mzuri sana.
Yeah, and that is the verse of the day. And now let's head over to what has been happening. I have the Daily Nation with me.
I have the Standard newspaper.
And on today's Daily Nation, we'll be checking out a little bit of politics, and then tutangalia that is mambo ya crime and governance as well. And then we'll be checking that is the education sector, tutangalia biashara, and then we'll be checking out that is the world of agriculture. What about you?
Yeah, kiangalia gazeti naona iko na kuna politics, iko na other stories concerning the bill, but that is the issue of parliament. Pia naona pia ile imejaa a bit of politics.
Okay, so let's start with the Daily Nation, page 1. And I don't know if Mr. Kimotho people really understand the constitution vizuri ama huwa wana misinterpret, because hatutakata that ukiangalia chapter 4 of the constitution kuna it talks about the Bill of Rights, that is article 33, 34 and 35. And then there is freedom of expression, that is freedom of media, freedom to access information. So wacha to dwell hapo kwa freedom of the speech and expression, because on page 1 of the Daily Nation that is loose cannon. So I don't know, let's figure out who is this person being referred to a loose cannon. And obviously that is the governor of that is Nyeri governor Mutahi Kahiga, ni picha yake iko hapa. And this is a costly gift. That is Governor Mutahi Kahiga has ignited national outrage with utterances viewed as celebrating the death of the former prime minister, that is Raila Odinga, with the ensuing public backlash, forcing him to quit his post in the governor's council. But demands for tougher sanctions intensified even as the incident triggered political slowdown. I believe that video has been trending on social media.
Yeah.
Na watu wameiona, they've given out different remarks, different views. We also want to hear from you as a Kenyan citizen. What do you think about this, the speech that he gave out and the remarks that he gave? Do you think that's right? Do you think that's fair? And then that is page 4 of the Daily Nation. Page 4 of the day, we are on page 4 of the Daily Nation, and this is what let me read what he said, because that speech has been quoted here on the Daily Nation in English, but here aliongea in Kikuyu, right?
Okay, yeah.
So now people have been told to go back to the drawing board, because the plan that was there was probably to throw us out. But who is God? That is a question that he asked. Does he take ugali at somebody's house or sleep in Kayole? That is another question. It sounds so rude, but I don't want to give my remarks. God came through his own way. He came for Baba. That is the late Raila Odinga, so that he can go and smoothen things up. That is what he said. This is not a good statement at all. Even if you really hated somebody, Mr. Kimotho, would you go to an extent of speaking such kind of words, especially while people are still mourning? Doesn't sound right.
You know, it's very bad, because when I heard that clip and I saw it being circulated to the social media, and also, you know, being highlighted in our local television. It was one of the saddest things. Because I don't know what made the governor to do that, because he's a leader. He is indeed. And he's also the vice chairman of the Council of Governors before he resigned. So it shows you that whatever he says, that thing is going out. It is not only going to be taken as Kahiga's statement, but it can, you know, the notion ambayo ilikuwa pale ilichukuliwa ni kama ni the voice of Mount Kenya, ilichukuliwa ni the voice of Nyeri, ilichukuliwa ni kama ni the voice of the councils of governors, because you cannot celebrate the death of anyone despite of regardless, either mulikuwa marafiki, mulikuwa maadui, regardless of that person. Because you know those statement, because it was very reckless statement, because unajua pia people are still mourning. The same statement unajua in affect even the country at large, even the family themselves. And also at the same time it also shows that as a leader, if at all you can go ahead and do and make such statements, it also shows even the leadership attribute in the area that covers. And actually I can see even so many people, so many other leaders came out and criticized this issue, because we don't want anything to come, or any other leader to bring such statement that can lead to incitement, because such reckless statements we saw where they led us during that is 2007, and we don't want to any other leader to take us back to that situation. So I can see even there are other leaders who are criticizing the same thing. Na nikiangalia hapa kama kuna senator, that is Richard Onyonka, said that what Kahiga did is morally wrong and politically sad. This isn't just noise, it shows that Kenyans are sick of public figures who use their platform to spread tribal hatred. He is playing a dangerous game in an already stewed political climate.
Yeah.
So those statement, unajua sio vizuri, because if you want also to be respected, you also need to respect others.
Yeah.
And actually now kuna kitu moja ambayo pia yeye ama any other leader anafaa jifunze ya kwamba political enmity ama different of ideology or opinion doesn't means that utashindo hold.
Yeah.
Because today we differ with you, tomorrow we are with you because there is something else ambayo imetuattach pamoja. So kama kuna hii indifference ambayo ilikuwa pale, hiyo ni ya siasa na angeachana nayo kabisa. And it was also not good now to raise those comment and it is very bad. Tuliona that is the Council of Governors walikuja waka criticize the issue. Tuliona pia the other leaders of the same areas, they came and criticized the issue. And this also should also go to any other leaders, because tunaelekea during the campaign season, the campaign mode. So anyone who is trying now to misuse that is the platform ambayo amepatiwa, that is not a good thing.
It's
because
not.
We need our nation to maintain ile peace ambayo imekuwa pale, and especially that is the late former prime minister, yeye alipigania the peace and stability of this nation.
Yeah.
So if anyone else ambaye atakama up kujaribu ku to come that is against now what has already been created, ambayo inasaidia all Kenyans, these things should not be it should not go on, and it's something that is very bad.
It's very wrong.
Yeah.
Especially it's very sad coming from a leader. Kama ingekuwa mtu mwingine, we could have at least tungesema mtu aelewi constitution.
Exactly.
But this is a leader who understands the constitution,
Yeah.
that even if there is freedom of speech, there are limitations.
Yes.
And I guess here there are some sentiments. One of them is from the Kisii governor, that is Simba Arati Elisema, that we call for the immediate arrest and prosecution of the NURU governor over his remarks concerning the death of the former prime minister, that is Raila Odinga. And then also that is Kindiki, the deputy president, once again it's reckless speech, and this is what he said. Deputy President Kindiki has cautioned leaders against making reckless public statements that could undermine the country's unity, warning that inflammatory remarks risks reserving Kenya's hard-won peace and stability. He also criticized a section of political leaders for what he termed as disrespect and harmful utterances following the death of the former prime minister, that is Raila Odinga. And he said, let Raila rest in peace. He made peace with everyone before his death, and it's wrong to celebrate anyone's passing. His family deserves peace during this difficult time. This is what the DP said, and also I can agree with him. Let the family mourn in peace, and let the late rest in peace.
Yeah, and also the nation itself, because unajua kuna ile respect ambayo ilikuwa pale, because the former prime minister was accorded all the respect, everything that was needed, and everything was done accordingly. So hakuna ni vibaya sana mtu kuja kuharibu yale mambo ambayo yamekuwa pale, and yale mambo ambayo yamekuwa created. So actually I also saw, I don't know if it is true, but tuliona pia the MCAs criticize the issues, na wakisema wata go ahead na impeachment. I don't know if that is so hiyo tu ni mambo ya social media, but we are going to see what is now going to be the way forward. But it is good to be careful with the words that we say, especially when you have been given a platform. Let us heal the hearts of the people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that is what you have when it comes to that. What do you have there?
Kumekuwa na the controversial bills ambazo zimekuwa pale. Excuse. Na imeleta a lot of issues. Na nikiangalia panaona that is the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, State that is a Department for Parliamentary Affairs. Press statement on the 8 bills that were ascended by the President. So nikiangalia hapa kuna a statement ambayo anasema hapa, anasema it is however not worthy that following the assent of the bill there has been misreporting on the context of the bill, which has created huge public that is a debate. And there is a need to appraise the public that is on the content and implications of the bill. It that is following the constitution values of transparency, accountability and good governance. So ukiangalia now sasa imebidi now that office the Prime Cabinet Secretary waweze kutoa na ku-highlight ni nini hicho ambacho kiko kwa hii bill. Na I wish maybe bado wangeendelea kufanya hivi because unajua hii bill that is ilipitia so many different session kule bungeni. I wish ingefanya more sensitization to the people because it means that even if kuna ile nini section ya public participation inamaanisha kuna njia zingine mwafaka wanafaa wafanye ili hizi bills ziweze kufikia watu. Na unajua kama maybe hakukuwa na more discussion to the platform of the television also pia the other that is the radio station and any other mechanism, that's unaona ina raise a lot of questions. Na that is according to so many people ambao wanajaribu kuyaleta. So ukiangalia hapa that is explain hizo bill zote ambazo ziko hapa, but wanafaa hii kizungu ambao wameandika hapa inafaa ipelekwe now to the other local stations na ikuwe more simplified na walete wale lawyers ambao wanaweza ku-explain because hata wakileta hapa ni watu wangapi that is wataenda wanunue this newspaper naweza kuisoma. And actually we also saw that is during now nini wakati ile demonstration ambayo ilikuwa pale wakati walikuwa napitisha the finance bill, we saw that so many other young people walijitolea kuweza kutranslate the finance bill in all so many other local languages ambazo tuko nayo in our nation. So it shows you that watu wako na ile capability na the urge ya kuweza ku make sure that watu wameweza kuelezewa vizuri sana. So they need now to do a lot because the bill itself kulingana na vile ambavyo anasema hapa kama sasa for example number 5 computer misuse and cyber crimes na hapa imeandikwa amendment bill to 2024 National Assembly Bill of 2024. So inamaanisha kuna nyingine ambayo ilikuwa pale then hii nayo ikakuwa amended. So the bill was a private members bill that is sponsored by the member for Wajir East, that is Honorable that is Aden Daud Mohammed MP. The bill amended the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act. So ukiangalia hapa that is kulingana na Kenya ambacho sasa kimeandikwa kwa gazeti, to enhance the existing provisions in the act which prohibits the use of electronic mediums to promote unlawful activities. So some of these unlawful activities, one, kuna child pornography, kuna terrorism, kuna religious that is extremism, kuna cultism, kuna cyber harassment, na pia kuna identity theft and fraud ambazo zimekuwa pale. So ukiangalia pia hapa kuna mambo ya religion, I don't know to the extent ambayo maybe wanafaa wa explain. Pia tukiangalia hapa that is pia kuna ile that is cyber harassment ambazo tumekuwa tukiona pale, kuna cheche ya matusi ambao watu wamekuwa kieka pale kwa mtandao, kwa WhatsApp, kwa nini, na pia kuna identity theft and fraud ambazo zimekuwa pale. Tumekuwa tukiona that is watu wanachukua ID ya mtu wanaregister nayo wanafanya nini. Pia unakuta mtu wewe mwenyewe unakuta picha yako imefunguliwa account fulani kadhaa za Facebook na pengine si wewe unazi-own. Those are some of the things ambazo pengine ziko pale. Na pia nikiangalia that is kuna another statement pia ninaona hapa that is wameweza that is kuelezea that is to enhance the offense of cyber harassment to cover incidents where a proprietor knows that their conduct is likely to cause a person to commit suicide, and to expand the existence offense of include identity theft. So ukiangalia hapa ukiangalia hii context ya hii mambo yote kuna mambo mengi sana ambayo imeelezea hapa. Na ni vizuri sana watu kuweza kuunderstand this law correctly because saa zingine kuna watu wanaweza fanya kitu fulani bila kujua, then at the same time wanajipata that is in the other side of the law ambayo imekuwa iko pale. So these are some of the things ambazo zimekuwa highlighted hapa. Then kuna another one ambayo inaitwa the virtual asset, that is a service provider. Na the bill further designated the Central Bank of Kenya and the Capital Market Authority as the principal regulatory authorities to license and regulate the activities of virtual asset, that is service provider, to ensure that is a risk, kuna risk of na pia of oversight model for the sector with a strong consumer protection, cyber security and market integrity. That is a safeguard, that is a zile safeguard ambazo ziko pale. So ukiangalia hapa, that is also now the bill pia inaangalia that is mambo ya that is the money ile unajua kuna ile money laundering ambayo huwa inafanyika pale. Na pia saa zingine unakutaka inafanyika through the bank, through na mambo yale mengine ambayo yako pale, unakuta kuna fraud ilifanyika pale, mtu anaenda anaegeza pesa zake, that is kwa other international, that is investment ambayo ziko pale, kuna zile bitcoin na zile zingine ambazo ziko pale. So kuna hizo mambo, hizo ndio baadhi ya some of the bills ambazo that is ziliweza kupitishwa pale, kwa sababu ziko mingi sana hatuwezi zipitia zote, but it means that ukiona now that is now that office wameamua that is kuweza kutoa that is this statement, inamaanisha kwamba pia nao wameona that is kuna yale mambo ambayo yamefanyika, because the other issue is that the time frame ambayo that is pia iliweza kutumika wakati wali sign the bill pia ndio ambayo pia imeweza kuleta a lot of issues. But ukiangalia the context itself ambayo iko hapa ikielezwa vizuri wa Kenya wa understand, I don't think kama kutakuwa na shida yote.
Yeah, I agree. I can see the same story that is page 7 of the Daily Nation, and on the Daily Nation this is what it's written: legal challenge court health section of the Cybercrime Act. I believe we have read the same thing that is on the Standard. And then there's a sentiment that is Ruben Kigame, one of the petitioners, and this is what alisema: the amendment creates a parallel conflicting framework that undermines the Data Protection Act, that is 2019, thereby creating legal chaos and uncertainty. And in addition to that, bado alisema that lack of certainty will inevitably lead to misinterpretation and abuse of contravening the rights of privacy, freedom of expression, freedom of media access, freedom of media, access to information, and freedom to association. That is what he said. And also at some point I can agree with him, because as I say, these people should refer to the constitution, Mr. Kimotho. And ukiangalia the constitution, that is article 10, inaongelea mambo ya public participation, so that Kenyan citizen can be involved. Na ndio hata if they get access to your information, utakubali hii ni kitu yenye tulipitisha. And still on page 7 I can see that is the MPs split on the 8 bills Ruto ascended, that is our president, and MPs are divided on the 8 bills that William Ruto signed into law last week. While some defended the president, others opposed him, calling his actions gross violation of the constitution. And some of them argued that the action was necessary to comply with the Article 115 of the Constitution, which requires the bills to be signed within 15 days. And still, in addition to that, some of them defended that Ruto condemnation for signing the bills which the country was preparing for the burial of the former Prime Minister. And they say that the bills being signed on that particular day was neither a political maneuver or an act of insensitivity during the period of the national mourning. The statement read by Mr. Kitur. And in addition to that, that is lastly before we go to other stories, President William Ruto committed a gross violation, this according to some of the MPs, gross violation of the Constitution by assenting to the 8 bills, 7 of which were never brought before the Senate, as required by the Article 110 remarked by Mr. Dhagwa. So according to them, zingine zilikuwa wamepelekewa, zingine hawakuwa wameagree. So I don't know what will happen.
Hiyo sasa itabidi hao wenyewe, because unajua sasa kuna zile explanation ambazo ziko pale, because ukiangalia hapa pia MPs defend laws president signed on a day Raila died. In attempt that is to defend the law, the MPs explain that the computer misuse na hizo zote time yake ni kufika, ilikuwa inafika, because anasema the timing was purely that is a coincidental, as the 14-day deadline happened to fall on the same day that is the national lost one of its most distinguished leader and patriot, that is the late Prime Minister. So ukiangalia pale, they need now to do a lot of explanation, because ukiangalia watu wako alert na watu wanaangalia what is happening now to the nation. And I wish maybe the same day they could have done this explanation once and for all. Ingekuwa iko so much easy, because wali sign tu na wakanyamaza, na maybe hawakujua ya kwamba itakuwa na the negativity part of it. Na pia unaona pia kotini pia na iliweza that is kusimamisha haya mambo, kwanza yaweze kungojea kwanza hadi kukuwe na more interpretation that is of the law, na pia more interpretation kulingana na yale ambao waliweza kupitisha. So I think more is going to come, na ninajua watu wanasubiri sana kujua ni yapi ambayo yatakuwa kiendelea.
And now away from that, let's shift our focus that is into the education sector, and that is page 10 of the Daily Nation. That is the lecturers wamekuwa on strike, and yesterday they were entering that is the 6th week. And you can see here, lecturers reject proposal by the ISRC, that is the Salary Remuneration and Commission, to renegotiate that is the 2025 pay deal. And on the Daily Nation, they say that the University Academic Staff Union was to term the proposed that is 3.1 billion allocations unacceptable and unrealistic, even as the nationwide strike called entered its 6th week, that is yesterday, as I have said. And was to hereby register the complete rejection of that proposal and appeals to the guiding SRC beacons, that is the 2025-29 CBA received, that is on October 10th, 2025. So it seems that wataendelea na the strike, and at the end of the day tulisema mwenye anaumia ni mwanafunzi. Yes, so I hope they'll do something about it. And I don't know why this year the education sector imekuwa na crisis mingi, this being one of them.
Kuna a lot of issues ambazo ziko pale. Unajua mambo ikipai saa zingine kuna wakati inafikaka sasa inakuwa na uzito, because haya mambo kiangalia the bargaining agreement ambao wako nayo siasa hizi, so imekuwa ikikuwa prolonged, inakuwa prolonged each and every financial year, each and every ambayo inakuwa pale. So it now depends on vile now that is the ministry watafanya. So at the end of the day they need now to come up with a solution, because wale wanafunzi ndio wanaumia, na pia unajua sasa kuna wengi ambao wamekuwa affected. Wengi walikuwa graduation ambazo zilikuwa zimepangwa zimekuwa suspended, wengi hawajamaliza yale mambo ambayo walifaa kumaliza, na pia unaona kuna another semester ambayo itaongezewa pale. Na ukiangalia sasa ikiongezewa inamaanisha bado kuna ule mzigo ambao that is mzazi anaachia, because kama ile the help haiwezi extend time ambayo walikuwa wamepangana na wao waweza kupatia kifika imekwisha. So they need now to calm down, they need now to sit together, they come and agree, ndio wapeana ile mwelekeo ambao unafaa.
Okay, and on the same note, when it comes to the education sector, that is page 10, I can see that AI to help place students in senior schools, that is what the PA said, and the state says that the artificial intelligence will ensure that the distribution of learners in schools is fair. So we can say this is a good thing, them embracing that is the social media and the technology, right?
It all depends with which learners are they saying.
Yeah, that is pardon?
Yeah, it all depends. Now target yao ni learners wagani, because even if you say of AI, of computer and that good English, I think wanafaa wakuje kule mashinani waangalie ni wanafunzi wagani hao wanasema, waangalie the environment itself.
Yes, because I can see here that is the Principal Secretary Julius Bitok said the slots will be shared out to reflect equity and fairness, and added the government will use AI to place the learners. And it also added that the digital model will help ensure that a learner from Mandera County can secure a place in Kisumu, or one from Mombasa can join a school in Nairobi, in the spirit of a nation cohesion. Yeah, that is according to him.
Yeah.
So I hope it works out according to what they have planned. But still, it seems that they are looking for growth when it comes to education. They work also on the CBC.
I don't know their plan.
Yeah.
But when it comes now to the issue of technology, because I remember kuna wakati government ilikuwa imetoa some of small laptops. I don't know what happens, sijui mali zilienda, but zilikuwa faced with a lot of issues. Yeah, because unaangalia kwa ma issues nini, electricity, security wise, na the usage also itself. So the technology is good, but sometimes utakuta ina favor wale watu ambao wako kule tu urban. Wale ambao wako kwa rural pale inakuwa na disadvantage, and yet wanaongea mambo ya equitability to each and everyone. Yes, but we are really hoping that they are going to do something.
Yeah. And you know, what I'm thinking right now, this is how I'm feeling, Mr. Kimotho. In our country, especially in areas like health, education, we have very big ambitions. We want to build empires, but we're forgetting to work on what we are having at the moment. I don't know why. They should work on that, right?
Yes, wanafaa wafanye hiyo na improve.
Yeah.
So as we wind up, Nona, that is a Senate bill to stop detention of patients, that is, and bodies. A bill that seeks to prohibit the detention of patients and bodies by health facilities over unpaid bills is before the Senate. So kuna senator, that is Okongo, ambaye anasponsor the health amendment bill, that is 2025. Anasema that is the constitution provides that every person has the right to have their inherent dignity respected and protected, kulingana na that is na the article that is of the bill. Na pia the bill further is inasema human and people's right provides that every individual has the right to liberty and to security of a person, and that no one should be deprived of their freedom except for reasons and conditions previously laid down by the law. So ukiangalia kuna hii bill ambayo that is iko before Senate na wanajaribu kudiscuss, kwa sababu tumekuwa tukiona that is unakuta that is kuna hospitals ambao bado wana detain patients kwa sababu ya kutolipa, that is the bill that is there. And also now pia unakuta kama kuna patient wao ambao aliweza kuaga akiwa kule kwao, pia wana detain the body ambayo inakuwa pale. Na actually tuliona that is pia kulikuwa na another case ambayo ilikuwa kotini, and the judge akasema that is the hospitals cannot use the dead body as collateral, na the court ikaorder kwanza wa release the body, they can use other mechanism ya kuweza kulipa that bill. So ukiangalia nao pia ni the bill ambayo inaenda kudiscussio na bado inaendelea kudiscussio pale Senate, kwa sababu kumekuwa na other courts kumekuwa na numerous occasions ambao wamefisiwa causes on the detention of patients by the hospitals for non-payment of bills. Most courts, that is courts, have in such instances held in the view that detention of petitioners for their inability to pay their medical bills is unlawful. So we are really hoping that also as they criticize the bill, pia watakuja na mechanism of doing that. Because I remember that is also during now the statement during now the Mashujaa Day ya President, alisema ya kwamba urge you people, mkiona kuna hospitali ambayo ina charge mtu pesa na huyo mtu ameregister na SHA, mwende mu report to the nearest police station ambayo iko pale. So it shows you that if that mechanism itaandamana na the bill itself ambayo imekuwa hapa, because at the same time lazima kuwe na mechanism ya kulipa zile pesa. Because saa zingine unajua now the hospitals pia wanachukua kesi through the emergency cases na wanashughulikia huyo, na ina gharimu that is so many other things ambazo zinatakikana pale, na wanaokoa that is maisha ya huyo, ama saa zingine now due to other reasons ambazo ziko pale wanashindwa. But at the same time pia inafaa iangalie ndio pia tusiwe bias iko kwa upande wa hospitali, na at the same time pia kwa upande wa the patient ama the family ambayo that is watakuwa wakisik that is those health services pale. It is a good thing, but pia inafaa iangalie vizuri, because tumekuwa tukiangalia these cases ambazo zimekuwa zikiwa pale. Then at the same time pia kuna implementation of the bill, because the bill inaweza inapita pale, but watu wasipojua ya kwamba kuna bill fulani ambayo inaangazia mambo fulani, inaweza kuwa pengine wanaweza bado endelea kuumia. At the same time hii yote kiweza fanyika, the first example that should happen, it is now to the government hospitals, because wengi ni wamekuwa detained pale. Tuliona that is kuna wale wamama ambao pia walikuwa wamekuwa detained in one of the referral hospitals in our nation. Pia hiyo kitu inafaa pia ianze na wao wenyewe pale, ndio sasa wakuwe mfano mwema even to other that is private hospitals ambazo watakuwa konazo. But it is a good bill. We are really hoping that such bills now zinafaa zipewe kipaumbele, na kwa sababu zita improve the services for the Ministry of Health.
Yeah, I agree. And I guess that is what we had today on what has been happening. We are always here to make sure that they stay updated of what is happening that is in our country, right?
Yes, yeah.
You have something for them as we wind up?
As we wind up, hii season pia ni ya wanafunzi ambao wanajitayarisha kufanya mtihani. Kuna wale wa KJSEA, kuna wale wa KPSEA, na pia kuna wale ambao wanafanya KCSE, and we wish them all the best. Na pia na wasiwe na ile tension ambayo inakuwa pale. Just relax. Ile ambayo ilikuwa imetengenezwa ni yako, hiyo ndio itakuwa ni yako. Just believe, our focus, na sisi pia kama community na wazazi pia tuweze kuwapatia support ambayo inafaa, na pia kuwashukuru watazamaji wetu na kuwa na siku njema yenye baraka. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for tuning in for this amazing segment that is the current affairs. We always here every morning to make sure that you stay updated of what is happening that is in our country and beyond. My name is Angela Kabete. Till next time, may God bless you abundantly and have a blessed week. Bye bye.